Coming up on this P-cast.
We're back with another conspiracy episode.
So it's 40 foot long. It can go 30 times the speed of sound. It travelled 24,000 miles per hour.
How can you be number one in absolutely everything for a country that doesn't exist?
Their numbers are different, aren't they? They're not like 1, 2, 3. I mean, I might just sound the right cut.
Go Finland and then into Russia for a bit, and then up to Japan. Got to follow the fish.
Should we chat about Britney and why we need to free her?
I mean, if she comes out with a song called Trapped, you're gonna listen, aren't you?
That would bang, wouldn't it? You've been watching, you've been watching.
Oh, daddy.
And I will be shocked if 2021 there isn't the arrival of something or the release of something absolutely massive. APMA, how are we doing this morning, this afternoon, this evening, this night? How are we doing? How is everyone at home? I hope you're doing well. Today, we're back with another conspiracy episode. And if you caught the first conspiracy episode, you know that what we do here is we each bring a conspiracy to the table for us to discuss, which I'm very, very much looking forward to. I don't think this needs much introduction at all other than that. So I say we jump straight into the beans. Yeah? Are we happy to jump in, yeah?
Beans it up.
That's it. I've mixed up the order just because I didn't want to go first. So, in at number 1 is Lozzy.
Oh.
What you got for us, Loz?
Right.
Take the floor.
So happy that's not me.
Quick question to everyone here, not Ben. Actually, no, include Ben. Do you know any facts about Finland?
No.
No.
Idager Johnson, was he from Finland?
Fat and perky. Norwich striker is Finnish.
All right, well.
Yeah.
Or is he?
Or is he? Because, Ben, you got any facts?
I think
he shook his head.
I did meet someone from Finland once.
You see, you've been lied
Did
to.
you?
Beatboxer.
And that's
Well, they're
because
just Swedish by proxy.
Finland doesn't exist.
Oh my word!
That is the conspiracy I brought today.
Jeez.
And I've got some facts to back it up. Some. The first like big thing about this conspiracy is there was a kind of like a meeting of like Japan and Russia who wanted to use the waters or fish the waters around Finland.
Right.
And basically split the spoils of the fish for each country. And they'd use the fact that Finland's top, like most famous company or corporation is Nokia.
Is it?
Right, it is.
So they used to dominate back in the early
Back in the
noughties.
day, I didn't know a person who had a mobile phone and it wasn't a Nokia. Do you know what I mean? Not so great today, but they still exist. Nokia was a kind of like a facade for Japan to ship fish via. Don't laugh, this is real, right? Via the railway that was built for Russia, so you could ship like fish under the guise of Nokia.
So wait,
products.
so just for clarity, is Finland a landmass or is it a body of water? Is this where they're fishing or is it a piece of land where they can
It's where
transverse?
So
fish.
basically, the conspiracy is that Finland, if you're saying, oh, I'm in Finland, no, you're either in a part of Sweden, which is obviously next to Finland, allegedly, or Russia.
Oh, yeah, it always shocks me how big Russia stretches.
Russia's
how far.
fucking massive.
You're telling me Helsinki doesn't exist?
I'm telling you.
Right, okay,
Helsinki
I'm with you now.
Is a place not in Finland.
So there's just
this
trains full of fish.
Full of fish underneath the guise of Nokia products, which Japan is the top, I don't know if they're anymore, but they were, the top importer of Nokia products, and literally no one owns a Nokia phone in Japan.
Do you know what? As well?
Okay.
No, thinking about it,
Starting to make
those
sense.
first Nokia boxes were big. So you
Yeah.
could fit a couple of fish
Do
in
you know what I
there.
mean? The charger used to be the size of this fucking table.
What's the main fish?
I don't know.
Well, that's
Also,
it. Now phones have got so small.
Yeah, they'd have-
can't,
yeah,
they
it's
can't
gone
keep
against
it
it,
up,
yeah.
can they?
that's it. So,
And Nokia has disintegrated as a company.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh my
it's
goodness.
fucking
also,
linking up.
this one's a bit of a stretch, but I'll give it a bit of weight. What have fish got on them?
Fins.
Scales.
Fins. Finland.
Yeah.
Are we making the connection?
The land of.
Are you ignoring the facts?
Wait. That's the English for Finn.
It is.
You're talking about a Japanese and a Russian.
Yeah, well, they just call it Finland. Do you know what I mean?
We've got to make a T-shirt with a
man.
little person.
Oh, so
With
it is.
fins on it.
See,
From Finland.
my geography's not great.
Oh.
Isn't Finland an island? Or no?
Nah.
Nah.
Oh.
No, it's landlocked.
Is it actually
No,
Oh
it's
yeah,
not.
yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Oh, that's
yeah.
actually where I didn't see. I thought Finland was like Iceland. I thought it was like a.
Oh, right, yeah.
No.
Oh.
As I said, it's part of Sweden or Russia.
I'm surprised
No.
Russia haven't like gobbled it up. Just took
Oh,
it.
no, they love it, don't they? They love taking a bit of land mass here and there.
It's quite big actually, isn't it, Finland?
It's
Yeah.
bigger than England.
It is.
It's in the shape of a fish.
Where's
as well.
yeah, but hang on.
got the-
Geographically, where the fuck?
I'm
If you
telling
turn
you.
it sideways, it's a fucking odd shaped fish.
So Japanese. Oh, okay, Japanese for Finland is Finrando. So
Is that-
so I'd imagine.
Sounds like a footballer.
I'd imagine I'd imagine
Top
Rando.
striker.
I'd imagine Rando is Japanese for land. So therefore, Finn is Finn in Japanese. So
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
there we go. The plot thickens.
I want to see Finn Rando take a free kick. That's what I want to see.
You know he's going to bang
dear.
him in.
Oh mate,
Yeah.
he's
Top
left.
bins, left
he's
peg.
left peg.
Yeah.
He whips it in.
Yeah.
Finn Rando.
Oh man, that is brilliant.
Legend.
Oh,
So I just want
the
to
first.
emphasise how true this is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Obviously, I mean, the facts are like, you can't come up against me when it's that.
it's true. Well, you had me at Finrando. The fact that Japanese for Finn
Also,
is Finn.
another thing, Finland, as we said, doesn't exist.
Yeah.
But, people call it Finland and people obviously live in Finland. I'm doing a lot of inverted commas here.
Yeah, for the audience.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. You can't listen to my inverted commas. But anyway, that's why you watch the YouTube version.
You can tell by the tone, though. It's all right.
It's all right. They were number one for like social economic standings in Europe, and they were number one in like happiness, number one in education, number one in so many different things that people are saying, how can you be number one in absolutely everything
'Cause they're not
for a
real.
country
Yeah.
that doesn't exist?
Yeah.
Because much like happiness, true happiness, Finland doesn't exist.
Oh, I'll tell you what.
Do you reckon we got any Finnish who listen to the pod?
If you're out there, get in touch.
Chuck a comment.
Yeah, innit? Please. We'd love to know. Imagine if it's like, it's all true.
Yeah.
We're just slaves to the fish. Help us.
Help us. Nokia's still going strong.
So,
Oh, man.
What does
funny 'cause I
Nokia
just-
do now?
well, they
still
make
about,
like
innit?
communications equipment, which is like they do like the towers. For, like, 5G.
so
so
they don't actually
They're
make
probably
mobile
shipping
phones anymore.
towers across.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
On
So
the
that's-
fucking trains.
You
I'm
get a
telling
lot
you.
of fish in
5G.
one of those fucking
Yeah.
tower poles.
5G.
5G fish.
It's all connected.
So I mean, how can like Japan be such a big importer of Nokia products, and yet no one there uses a Nokia phone?
Something's
that
going
is
down.
bizarre.
We're
That
onto
is
something
odd.
here.
That is odd.
I'm telling you.
We're onto something.
It's happening.
Finland don't exist.
And
So Pookie,
texting on
fuck off.
texting on a Nokia, right? Obviously, the numbers
Correlate.
well, I just thought, the UK, the I suppose they don't have 11 digits, do they? Well, no, yeah, they do. I don't know. Why? What do
Japanese.
they have numbers on their phone? What do they have?
I don't even want to. I don't even want to go there because
Yeah, that's what I mean. Because what I'm saying is, right, if you're texting on, how do you text Japanese with the one? Because you remember you used to have to go like
You
tap
click
it
like
3
one,
times.
yeah.
Yeah.
How the fuck does that
But
work?
they're, so they're I mean, this is.
Do they even have numbers?
No, but their numbers are different, aren't they? They're not.
point.
They're not like 1, 2, 3. I mean, I might just sound the right cunt. But it's like,
I've never thought of that.
I've got no knowledge.
I know
at all.
they count different.
How do they do time?
They count down.
Do they have
They
time?
must have numbers.
Do they have time?
That's why their New Year's so fucked. It's because they're on the wrong time.
I want to see it.
Come on, I want to see a
Mate,
Japanese phone.
Can you Google it? Yeah, there you go. It's not like, it's not.
They can still pull
I've
an
seen-
O.
That looks like an emoji.
It represents.
it is.
It represents numbers.
Oh.
So is that 1, 2, 3? Does it correlate back?
Oh my god, that's funny.
There's more letters in the Japanese alphabet. I know that.
Then there are people.
Where's their old Nokia? I want to see their Nokias.
Yeah, let's go Japanese.
Oh, I wanna
There
go
is no Nokias. They were fish.
That's what I'm saying. It was fish. They didn't have a fucking phone.
Oh my god, what's all that?
No, but where's their? Look, they're showing the iPhone.
We
version.
need to go
I
to-
need an actual. Like,
We need to
old
go
phone.
to Japan.
I wanna
and
do the
ask
journey.
people if they have a Nokia.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Oh,
Oh, what?
apologies.
So what? There's just one.
No, but what I'm saying is, how are they texting? How are they texting?
Hold
How
on.
do you say konnichiwa on that?
That's what I'm saying. How do you?
Why have they got 9 letters? We've got 3 letters per number. They've got 1.
I feel like this has turned into a review
No, but
of
look.
Japanese
How are they
language.
texting?
How have they got 9 letters?
But why are they using A, B, C, D, E, F, G?
That's our shit.
Yeah.
They're taking all the fish out of the language.
Do they text? Do they text in English?
I don't know. At this rate, I don't even know.
I'm confused. Confused.
And they're always on their phone. That's why they're always on their phones, because they're always texting.
They're trying to figure out how to decipher
what I
our
mean.
fucking language.
That's why I had to bring out emojis.
Fucking
Tell you
hell.
what, this has turned into a bigger discussion than I actually thought it was gonna.
Oh
Post.
man.
Oh, I'll tell you what,
Fucking
Finland don't
hell.
exist though.
Yeah, back to the point.
Mate, does Japan exist at the moment? That's what I'm saying.
Oh man.
'Cause as I
I
say,
wanna-
Japan phones don't
I want to
exist.
go there. Yeah, I want to go there though.
I wanna
wanna
do
go
the
Japan.
journey the
I want
fish
to go
do.
to Japan and just ask people on the streets if they're in a Nokia or not. And then you can ask you how
Probably
they
say what the fuck's
We won't do
Nokia?
it.
no, they're all on their. They're all on their. Like,
Really? Yeah.
like, I've never seen.
I didn't see any
they're
Nokias,
Just remember on me and you was on the. Yeah, I didn't either. On the
telling
train.
you.
On the train, literally. I remember saying to you, "Look, everyone is
Every
just."
day, mate.
Yeah.
Is it in Japan where they stuff people on into the trains?
Nah.
No.
No.
No, their trains are good there.
Are they?
Trains-
Yeah, it's
yeah.
London you're talking about.
Mate, they love a little game on their phone. Though. I love how it has to be a little game. Everyone's just playing games.
Snake.
Like, oh, you can.
It weren't called Snake. There was the picture of the train, and you just got to choose where it went along the journey.
Who's the fish
That's
train?
it. Yeah, it's the fish train. Just picking up fish on the way.
Oh my god. Oh dear. Fuck me.
Even on the game, the map just blocked out Finland, and it's. We must keep this going.
Collects your fish.
Fuck me.
They were like, "What's on the other side?" Snake 2. You come back through the other side.
Oh man, that is fucking mad.
So I put in. It's funny because I didn't know whether to put in like Finnish people. Is that how?
I think they're
Yeah.
finished. Yeah.
Yeah.
Finnish.
So I put in famous Finland people. But we've got Sammy Hippier.
Oh,
Decent.
nice.
Liverpool legend.
Yeah, that's probably about it. To be honest.
Eager
Yeah.
fisherman.
Kimi Räikkönen.
Okay, yeah.
I'm sure these other people. I don't know who they are, but I'm sure they're quite famous.
Timu Pucky.
They're all funny looking though. I tell you, they're very
Go
odd.
Pucky, Scurfat, go Pucky. Fucking
That's
Norwich
one for the
fans.
Norwich fans.
I met a Finnish beatboxer in Australia.
Fuck
I
off.
swear to God, mate. No, he was, but mate, I swear to God, he won like their version of Britain's Got Talent. He was fucking cool as well. He could
Finland's got talent.
yeah, like,
Finland's got fish.
Finland's got, yeah. Honestly, I
Finland doesn't exist.
He might be on my Facebook, but he was good. I mean, he's good at beatboxing.
Oh,
Yeah.
for fuck's sake.
I don't know if he won. I think he did win. Yeah,
Oh,
Finland's Got
all
Talent.
those fishermen with hidden talents.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just got a speed fish gutting competition.
They're
Fuck
just
me.
Hauling a shitload of fish going out.
Oh, Lozzy's got some. Lozzy's got some bars.
Nice.
Hello.
Stick one on Britain's Got Talent. That would be a great challenge. Stick one of us on Britain's Got Talent, see how far we can get. Stick Lozzy on there, beatbox him with some drums.
Or no, we all go on there individually and see who can get the furthest.
I suppose it's free entertainment. Hands-free entertainment when you're putting the fish in the box, isn't it? Fucking brilliant. Oh, man, that tickled me, man. What the fuck? Oh. These conspiracy podcasts do bring the laughs.
They go off on a
unexpectedly.
Yeah.
Maybe we're gonna
fucking
Japanese
have to go to Finland,
sexting in England.
We got
English.
to.
Oh mate, I'd love
Yeah,
to
yeah,
go
to Finland and then into Russia for a bit and then up to Japan. We've got to follow the fish. It's got to be done.
You can get a train, can't you?
Yeah,
you can get.
how they do it.
I mean, that's the name of the special.
Mate, if we can get on the fish train,
£100 budget to follow the fish.
follow the fish train.
What are you boys up to? We're following the fish.
We start getting stalked by the KGB. Like, fucking, we're fucked. Oh, Russia
I'd love to go on that train. You seen that train?
No.
Fucking cool.
Yeah,
The train across
cool.
Russia is sick, man.
Is that a bullet train or is that?
There's a couple, yeah, but like the scenery and stuff and the places it goes, I'd love to do it, especially if it's got like we've got
Free vodka.
fish on there and stuff. Follow the fish.
Follow the fish.
Absolutely
Fuck me. That's funny, man.
So that's my conspiracy proved.
I'm,
On to the
you know
next.
what? I'm inclined to believe it.
Big up
We're
Nokia.
gonna have to look into that.
We've got to go
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Put it
gotta be
on, write
done.
it down.
Yeah,
the
Dan's
fish.
writing down Finland.
To Finland.
Block capitals. Put a rectangle around it. Underline it. Oh, take a breath, everyone.
Amazing.
We're going to reset. Dan,
Oh, I'm in.
what you got for us?
Mine's not funny. It's quite serious. So I'm going to do UFOs.
No, it's mine.
He's like, I'm serious.
You got UFOs.
I've got
I
UFOs.
like it already.
So I've always been well skeptical of UFOs, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, I'd say I'm a or I was a non-believer.
Really?
Yeah, just because of the accounts of the people that see them, they're always a little bit weird.
When,
and like,
sorry to interrupt. When you say you're a non-believer,
I
do you
was.
just mean was?
yeah.
When you were, do you mean in alien life at all, or just that they're visited?
No, not an alien. Just in
Okay.
in a unidentified flying
Yeah,
object.
yeah,
So
okay,
like,
cool,
I would just up until I'd watched this documentary, the accounts of people is always like some random guy in the
redneck.
outback,
Yeah,
and he's
yeah.
like, and they took me up and they experimented. And it was little green men and all this, and so like I'd never really looked into it, and I'd never really seen anything that like I'd thought actually that's like someone who's like high ranking, or there just was never anything for me to back it up. So I just always quite dismissive of it until I watched this program on Amazon called Unidentified.
Yeah.
And you've seen
I've
the
seen it,
first
yeah.
episode.
Yeah,
and for
brilliant.
me, that's a game changer because
Yeah.
it's like you got like top ranking officials in the military. You've got an F-18 or two F-18 pilots that both saw this object, and then the ship as well that was out there, all the radar systems, it all corroborates.
Yeah.
So everything. So like it was multiple, and these are all high-ranking officials.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is I'll show us the clip so we can watch it. It's a 5-minute clip.
Yeah.
And then we'll skip back to this,
Okay.
and then I'll just discuss a couple of the little facts on there. But also, like if
you
the
wanna
viewers want to
watch.
have a little watch,
We'll link it down
It's a
below.
5-minute clip, yeah. Cool. So hopefully you guys have watched that little 5-minute video. If not, like I'd definitely go and watch it. It's very cool. So yeah, the thing with that was like the pilots, the ship, the radar technicians, multiple people like corroborated
Yeah.
that event. So it
Yeah.
wasn't just one person. It was like both of the pilots.
Yeah.
The radar saw it. And what I want to do is talk quickly a little bit about the actual object, because for me, obviously that's a recording of the object.
Yeah.
Like you see
a
it.
Tic Tac. Yeah.
So that ship that was out there, the Nimitz, I believe,
Yeah.
at the time, or probably even still now, it's the most advanced radar tech ship available to the whole of the military. So like that's picking it up, and obviously then you got the
Just for some context, by the way, just obviously like it was that they was out there on like a test mission, weren't they?
Yeah.
And then they've
practice.
Yeah, they've come across this thing.
Well, yeah, they're
in the water.
they were on a training exercise.
Yeah.
And then they got pulled off the training
Yeah.
exercise for it's called a live mission.
Yeah.
So where it's like there's something out there, which is another reason. Obviously, there's some conspiracies around what it actually is, whether it's like advanced technology from the American army, but like the Navy don't know about it. But like again, I believe they don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Which is why they're on a training mission.
Yeah.
In little air quotes.
Yeah.
But then they've got the most advanced radar systems out there. So
Yeah.
they send the F-18 pilots out there to have a look.
Check it out.
The object, which is described as a tic-tac, so it's 40 foot long. I watched the second episode, which gives a bit more detail about it. It can go 30 times the speed of sound because I've done measurements on it.
Yeah, because it travelled, was it 60 miles, didn't it? And it would be 3,600 miles.
Yeah, and on another
Wow.
calculation that on the second episode that the radar technician did, it travelled 24,000 miles per hour.
Fucking hell.
Also, the thing about it is it's got no exhaust. It was picked up by sonar and radar, and it also goes into water, and it can travel 70 knots. It got picked up in water traveling 70 knots, which is twice the speed of the fastest submarine in the military. And it also got the ability to jam radar. So this object, which you can see, like it's all corroborated. And then it gets experts in to talk about these stats. There was a guy who helped create the stealth bomber who worked for Lockheed Martin, and he says he's never seen any technology like it.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing, because one angle is going is like, is this, is it another army? Maybe it's like the Russians who've got it, who are like using spy, but so
it's just so advanced.
Yeah, it's so advanced. So I'm 2 episodes in at the moment. I'm going to continue watching them. Obviously, delves in deeper, but super interesting, and
100%,
and just the evidence as well. Like you've got everything corroborates so far, which for me, and these are the people who are investigating are like they were high-ranking officials.
Yeah,
some of the access they had was like insane. Like one guy was like he was like top tier in the Pentagon, and he come away from it and he's like, I want to investigate this.
Yeah.
There's some other specialists in there, but there's a team of people all looking into it. It's really interesting and really good. And like I say, for me, it's like about getting the information and the proof, which I think this offers. So whatever it is, whether it's you don't know whether it's aliens, whether it's other technology, but they're worried about it because it like that technology is insane.
Yeah, it's so far past what we have.
Yeah, and it could, like I say, that if it can do that, it's got the potential to. What else has it got? What's it got
100%.
within it?
Well, one of the standout things for me in that was because the 2 pilots, because there were two jets, wasn't there? Yeah. After they lost track of it, they were returning to their cap point, which is, from what I could gauge, where like a meeting point.
Yeah.
And the unidentified ship, when it zoomed off in the blink of an eye, travelled 60 miles in a second, specifically to their cap point.
Yeah.
So it's like, how the fuck did that know where these 2 jets' cap point is?
So going on episode 2, there's 4 days prior to that event, the advanced radar technician on the boat picked up loads of stuff on the radar and was tracking it. And I think that there was like up to about 20, like multiple of these ships.
Yeah.
These Tic Tac things, all on radar, all picked up, and they were all flying towards Catalina, which is like south of where that was, which was
Step Brothers Catalina wine mixer.
Is it off the Gulf? It's off the Gulf of Mexico. Did they say that?
Yeah, that's where they were going down to. So that was picked up 4 days ago, and then there's also like another guy who's like a technician who recorded it. A helicopter landed on the ship.
Yeah.
Come up to pick up all the data, and he said in his whole career he'd never had that, never had anyone.
Really?
So and it said, right, we're taking that data and delete the other data. And the guy interviewing him was like, has that ever happened before? You ever been asked to delete anything? He's like, no, never.
Really?
So this helicopter come down, deleted all the data. So stuff was going on like 4 days before.
Yeah.
So like my theory, I need to watch more of them, but my theory is obviously they knew something was going on, so they sent in their most advanced technology, the F-18s, the ship that'll pick stuff up to see, because from their point of view, if it's like whether it's aliens or whether it's like like Russia, Japan, like someone else spying on you, but the technology in this thing, whatever it is insane.
Yeah.
Very interesting, man. And like that's the first time I've seen something that I haven't been able to pick it apart or argue with it.
Yeah.
It's really weird that you've picked that one, because the conspiracy that I was sort of researched is obviously the Bob Lazar, the guy who was sort of hired in by this S4, which is kind of similar to like Area 51.
Yeah.
And he was like, basically his job was to like reverse engineer the technology that they'd found in like an archaeological dig, which was a UFO.
Yeah.
And it was like, all the shit that you're saying in this is the stuff that he was saying that shit could do.
Yeah.
Like
anti-gravity and stuff. Yeah.
He fucking was speaking about this shit like 30 years ago, 40 years ago, and everyone obviously back then people were just like you're nuts. You're absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
And it's kind of strange how everything sort of, I mean, this sort of year, everything sort of seems to be coming out the...
Yeah. I'm telling you fucking now, 2021, something is going to happen. Something's going to turn up, because everything is building to this point, right? We've had the Pentagon release a few clips last year. We've had all the shit happen in 2020 that desensitized us all, because no one gave a fuck that the Pentagon were literally not just releasing a few clips that might be hoaxes. No, they were saying these are actual clips and we don't know what they are, and we are confident that they are not of this earth. Went completely over people's heads. But anyway... Also, Trump with the Corona bill thing that he put through, that weirdly in the small print had about all security services and all government services must release any information they have on UFOs in the next 180 days. Yeah. Why the fuck would you put that in a bill? Why would you create a space force? All these things are just coming together into this peak, and I will be shocked if 2021 there isn't the arrival of something or the release of something absolutely massive. And sorry to interrupt, Jimmy. Something that you told me to watch a while back, which has me slightly concerned, Dan.
I think it's going on air.
That alien documentary with that guy with the specs, the older dude with the specs who talks about he's done all this digging into all the UFOs and stuff.
Yeah.
He said about how there may be an alien invasion coming, but it might not actually be aliens. And that it might be like the US or the Russians that have this technology from the days of the Nazis and Operation Paperclip and all this stuff, have reverse engineered all of these ships that have fallen in the past, have created these spacecraft, and in a bid to gain more control over us as a society, will hoax an invasion, because like a bit like I'm not saying that 9/11 was a conspiracy or anything like that. I'm just using this as an example. The 9/11 happened. All of a sudden, everyone got behind invading Iraq, right? If you want like to get everyone unified and on board and under, you need to listen to us or we're fucked. What better than not a foe from the country next
something
door
you can't destroy,
exactly, and something that isn't us. You can like there's certain morals behind. I don't want you going and bombing another country because you may hit civilians. If it's an alien race, fuck it, do what you want, and they're like all stay indoors with it and all this sort of shit. So in that documentary, what I'm getting at, in a slightly unhinged, maniacal way, I've had a Monster Energy drink. I do apologise. I think something is coming. I'm not entirely convinced it will actually be aliens. It could be an inside job.
That's what I mean. This is why this
as a bid for more control.
Looking into this Bob Lazar thing is, I mean, it's weird. Like you've kind of set it off. You've done the after bit, and this is kind of his story connects everything really. Because he was like they was testing, like he's seen them testing the ships, taking them up, and he's had friends and stuff that he took out there to show them while they're like it's. People have said that it's 100%. They've seen it.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't? And also, it's not the government that actually owned this technology. They're private firms. Who own the technology. And anytime any government or anything that tried to come into this S4, they're denied access. They're not allowed to see what's in there. It's like it's private firms.
And also I think wasn't there people even within technically kind of within the government that actually have access and jurisdiction above the president and above some of the general. There are people you think like the president is above all and can because I've always thought if I obviously I couldn't because I'm British, but if I was elected president, first thing you'd say, show me the fucking alien shit. Apparently
they're not allowed.
It's a stone wall. Which is crazy to think there's people with more access and more jurisdiction than I tell you
people.
It's all smoke and mirrors.
UFO. Imagine because all the films and everything, they might have just been building that up for like complete.
Look at Independence Day
for complete world domination. They're like, if we just keep drip feeding them, this is the thing which will. Because you would, wouldn't it? If they said if a fucking ship come down and they're like, this is definitely aliens. You'd just be like 100%. You wouldn't think, oh, that's America.
Especially now. Of course. I kind of hope it is 100%. Aliens because like they're saying like these sightings and that go back 40, 50, 60 years. Like probably before that actually. There's no record of it, but like they haven't done anything yet. These UFOs like they haven't bombed anyone. They haven't done anything major. Like I kind of hope it is. Aliens just having a little look.
I think
it'd be better.
It'll be better for us. Because if it was to be some government, whether from whatever nation, they probably would, want to destroy some places to prove, just to show, like fucking
they're in control.
And they can just blame the aliens. Can't
exactly.
They? It's
exactly.
Like, you can't. We're not going to be like, right, the aliens have come down and bombed, a certain country, and then we're like, right, well, we've got to take the aliens to court or like nothing can be done. Like, what?
No, exactly.
You just go, well, sorry,
Whereas if you drop a nuke on someone, it's a war crime.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean. It's a good way of just doing whatever the fuck they want 100%. Under
100%. And also, I'm not being funny. Like with that Tic Tac in that video and stuff, how advanced that looks. If they are that advanced, they could probably wipe us out in a day. So if they could wipe us out in a day, they probably would have done already.
Whatever that is, if that wanted to take us out, I believe you don't have all that technology, which and not be able to take us out. I think like they can't have all that technology and not know how to nuke.
Exactly. You can't transverse the fucking universe and get to us and not understand how to split the atom to create an atom bomb. So and I'll tell you what's also interesting about Bob Lazar, which feeds into everything that we've been saying, because some people at home might be like, well, Roswell was decades ago, why haven't they done just built the ships and done this invasion already? They obviously each time they try to reverse engineer, they're always limited by our own technology, weren't they? So they would they'd shelve it for a decade, wait for technology to catch up a bit, and then see what more they could break down and understand. And with Tesla and all that all these technological advances that we've made in the last 10 years, maybe we've finally cracked.
Funny enough, like on that second series, around that area. So Elon Musk's does all his SpaceX stuff around there, all around the same area. And there's again, I'm on the second episode, and like the third episode starts going into like the whole history of the space and all about the whole area and why they'll be in that area, and there's some dodgy stuff going on in that strip.
Well, that's because I was thinking maybe like I say, maybe the technology is ready, maybe just the humans are not ready for the technology yet, and they're just it's not that to put that technology out like 20 years ago or 30 years ago would have sent people. I mean, now bang it out this year, everyone's just like, fucking pretty normal, isn't it? With everything
100%.
that's going on in the world.
Yeah,
like,
100%.
we've kind of been...
Exactly. It went over.
Another thing on that, they did an extensive report that got submitted, I think, to the US government, the Pentagon, and it plotted all these radar sightings, and all of them across the whole plotting of the map were all near military bases across the world.
Really?
Like there's some in, you can see them, so all the ones on the East Coast, and then you've got some in the UK. But wherever there's a military base, there's radar confirmation of these like tic tac things.
See, I think
which is interesting, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, we'll probably go to a break, and then I'll go into the Bob Lazar stuff after, and then I think there's. I think that the ships are old.
Yeah.
And I think that I reckon the military have got their hands on it and reversed engineered it.
Yeah.
And now, because it's weird how they're always around military bases. And I've even seen some weird shit around here, which is near the fucking RAF base. Like I've seen some weird shit flying around here before, like with my own eyes. And it's
I think another thing to mention is how far or how long it takes for like military equipment and that technology they've got to actually make it into our hands. I'm still astounded by this story that someone told me once. They saw fibre optic cabling in what was a World War II, I think it was like a air base or something like that they were renovating.
Crazy, yeah.
To think they had that sort of technology that I haven't even got fucking fibre optic cabling where I live. This just blows your mind, really.
Yeah.
So,
like we've got gigabyte broadband technology coming in. Yeah, the military are probably fucking with terabyte shit. Do you know what I mean? They're always, like you say, so far ahead. But that I've never heard that. That is fucking insane to think we had fibre optic back then. But yeah, I fucking love this shit. It's just. Also, let's just before we go to the break, I want to leave it on a nice note, because you always think, if aliens come, they're going to fucking enslave us or destroy us, or like we've said, maybe it's the government that are going to hoax it for more control. Aliens could also potentially, just as equally, to be honest, rock up and be like, you're doing this, this, and this wrong. If you do this, the technological advancement you'll make is fucking insane. They could come here and like technologically springboard us like fucking 10,000 years, which is quite a nice thing to think about. But obviously the thing with that is, much like renewable energy and like Nikola Tesla, who apparently unlocked within dark matter unlimited energy for free, is they'd probably try and shut it down. But yeah, so I think as much as it's a bit doom and gloom, and we might all be toast by the end of this year because of an alien ray gun, we could also
trade-off,
get some.
But like, listen, look, you've got your spaceships and all your guns and that. We've got the double cheeseburger, mate. And we will trade you the double cheeseburger.
I also think as well, just before we go, I also think that we always like to think, because we don't know any different, we're quite advanced. Maybe they're just coming and observing us and just be like, fuck me, they're so primitive.
Yeah.
Imagine like us finding like a little world with some like just little.
There's that island, isn't there, with the people that still use spears and shit. Yeah. And if you go there, like apparently 3-4 people rock up on the shores and they fucking kill you.
It's like Wales.
Fuck's sake, and on that bombshell.
Against the Welsh viewers.
Well, listeners. We'll take a break there. But yeah, we'll be back with more. We'll be back with more alien stuff, and I'm gonna talk about freeing Britney Spears. See you in a bit.
It's Britney, bitch.
I did it once. I don't know what episode it was. I come back, I was like, and I was listening to it. I was like, it's really good. We're back. Let's talk about more aliens, shall we? They're on their way. They're on their way. They're coming. Hashtag follow the fish.
It's all linked.
It's all linked. It's all linked. So Bobby Lazar, the man who worked at S4.
Robbo.
Yeah, he had so much insight. There was also one thing that gives him massive credit is he was chatting about an Element 115, wasn't he? Decades before it was ever officially like, there is this Element 115 that we didn't know about.
So
blah,
basically,
blah.
Really? Oh, well, on the science.
Yeah. He was talking about it.
He was talking about
what, and then it came into fruition.
What is Element 115?
So basically, I'll get into it. So Bob Lazar, crazy scientist geezer, probably butchering this, physicist. No, he's like physicist. All very clever guy.
Yeah, reverse engineering.
Put like a rocket in his Honda and used to just drive around to work with this like a jet engine in his Honda, just burning around town.
R.I.P. Mad Mike.
Obviously, he got noticed by other scientists or whatever.
So what are you up to?
And they're like, what are you into, son?
I think
He's
you're
like,
fucking hard.
Yeah, he's like, I like my rockets and my nukes and all that sort of stuff. So they were like, might have a little job for you.
And he's like, what, are we doing Hiroshima again?
Yeah.
No, Bob, we're going to the base.
No, Robert. So anyway, he goes for this job and he has to go to like an airport
type thing, an air base.
An airport where he's doing all these interviews and stuff. And then he ends up getting the job. And the job role is advanced propulsion.
Nice.
Yeah.
That was what he was told initially. So he was like, I haven't got a clue what this is, but sounds pretty juicy. And they're like, you work, it's like on and off 2 weeks or something, and you come to this airport. I can't remember the name of the airport. It's in fucking Vegas somewhere. Yeah. And then they fly him to this place called S4. Yeah. Which is like in the same vicinity of Area 51, and I'm sure there's loads of other little. Like,
is that legit as well? That place S4.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. It's like legit place. Yeah. And as well, like there's loads of stuff that he said about S4, whereas other people have gone there, like, and said, oh yeah, like there's
corroborated
like finger things to get in and shit. And it was all like stuff that they tried to like debunk him and say that he'd never worked there. And like wiped him off the thing, but he knew so much about it. It was like, and people who worked there knew him. So the fact that they tried to debunk him,
that adds even more credit.
Adds even more credit. Sorry, my phone's just gone onto thingy. Anyway, so he gets pulled in for this job. The first time he's in there and he starts to think, this is some serious shit. So he's like, they usually go into the front entrance and they're I don't know, discussing advanced propulsion. Not too sure what all that is, but one day he goes in, they take him through the back hangars, and he like sees this flying fucking saucer. Yeah. And he said it had like an American. They put like this American flag on it.
Of course, I believe that.
And he was like, "So
that's ours now."
His thing was like, "Oh, this explains all the UFO sightings. Obviously, it's
us.
It's a military. It's a military fucking
craft.
Yeah. And that's why everyone's been spotting it. It's something that we've made. Yeah. Brilliant. That explains everything. Yeah. His job role was to, so they'd obviously broke down this aircraft, and they weren't all working on the whole thing together. They were all the different scientists were just placed on like different separate bits. Yep. Because they didn't want one person to know too much about the whole thing. Yeah. And his thing was about the thing that they called the reactor, which was the energy source of the flying saucer. Yeah. So his role was how to reverse engineer this reactor. Yeah. And obviously because he used to, his job, and he had his fucking rocket car and all that sort of stuff. So he's probably like the guy for the job. And he was like, well, what the fuck is all this? What's going on? And they're like, look, don't ask questions. You just sort of
do your
job. Try and reverse. All you got to do is reverse engineer this. Don't worry about all the other stuff. And basically, this reactor was it was a gravity creator.
I've heard this before. Yeah.
So it could
anti-gravity technology.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah. So it could. I think does it create the gravity to push against.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know how. Again, don't know how it all works, but it's kind of it links into the stuff that you're saying about how the spaceship could move, could go through water, because at the end of the day, it's like a force field. It's anything that comes. He said the guy who he was partnered with, Barry, would say try and touch it when it's on, and he couldn't physically touch it because it was pushing away. So I mean, it's all pretty fucking crazy shit that's going on.
It is fucking mad.
They are working, I've heard some stuff about they are working on technology like that in places.
Yeah.
And
he was like,
not too far from the truth.
He was like, what's the, what's the fuel for it? And he said it was this thing called element 15, which in the 80s wasn't even, on the periodic table.
No one knew what it was.
Yeah, and he was like, this is magic. Like back then he was like, this is magic. This is just stuff that isn't, can't even comprehend what's going on.
So this element is 115.
Element 115.
Oh yeah, sorry.
So this element 115 is now been confirmed.
I don't know. Is it on the Ben? Is it on the periodic table now? I know. All I know is with this element 115 is no one had ever heard of it. He was the first person to talk about it.
I think it was in 2015 that they started to.
There you go. So it's moscovium. There we go. So it is a chemical element, element 115. But he talked about it decades before anyone it was ever even theorized.
Because they basically it was to do with the balance of the. Again, I'm completely butchering it. I haven't got a clue what I'm talking about, but it's to do with the balance of like the neurons or something.
Yeah.
And if you balance it right, it doesn't create no radiation or no heat. It just creates fucking energy. Without, something happening.
Any of the waste. And things like that.
And this was the thing that was powering this fucking reactor.
I mean, it adds up, don't it?
100%.
That's what I mean.
I mean, you say with there are these companies trying to create anti-gravitational technology. That doesn't have to be a direct correlation with the alien technology, because if you can think, we may have companies and scientists trying to make this technology from the ground up. Yeah. But then we've also got scientists that have discovered it, trying to go backwards with it.
Well, you just don't know, because a lot of technology could have been found by archaeological digs, and they're like, because I sometimes think about technology. I'm like, how the fuck do you come up with a lens? Yeah. How do you come up with a lens? How someone come up with that? Maybe maybe it's just something that someone's found from. I'm not saying that they
and you think as well back in the day,
a big lens conspiracy going on. But I'm just saying
Canon.
There's loads
Canon
of
the Illuminati.
The fucking microscope or a telescope. Like a telescope is insane technology that you can buy from Argus.
Yeah,
but like fucking stars.
Imagine you find an old spacecraft with everything on it. It's got and then they're just trying to then reverse engineer the technology on it, 100%. And that's what their job was. They didn't know. They didn't know, why they were doing it, what they were doing it for. They wasn't allowed access to other parts of it. They were just, you concentrate on that, and if you can do that, you tell your supervisor, and then he obviously goes around to all the people, and then it goes higher up. But he said it was a private company. It wasn't government. It was a private company that had obviously found these ships.
Yeah, because that was the other thing, wasn't it? He was working on one, but he reckoned that walking through the hangar, he saw, I think the number was 9 completely different looking.
All different
none
shapes.
of them looked the same.
Yeah.
Almost
like
almost like they were made by different races of aliens. Like, all different shapes.
He'd seen
they
took them out for tests. He'd seen them take them out for tests.
Yeah, because he took friends, didn't he? Because he knew when they were going to do the tests. So he took friends to like the mountainous areas, and he'd be like, honestly, in an hour's time, just watch, and then all of a sudden all the shit would come.
He worked there for 6 months, and basically why he left was when he signed up for the job, he signed a lot of forms and stuff, and said that they could listen to his phone calls. And,
everything was
because he was happy. He was happy with everything. He's like, look, I've got a good life. Like, I'm not like a spy or, but what they found out that his missus was having an affair.
Okay.
That's right.
Yeah. So they found out that his missus was having an affair.
Through the tapped phones,
through the tapped phones, yeah. And he was obviously happy for them to tap his phones, but obviously
found out
that his missus was having an affair, and they were like, they stopped calling him in so often, and I think he started getting like followed and stuff, and he got a bit paranoid, and he was like, "What's going on? Like, if they're gonna let me go, they're not gonna just give me all this information, then be like, right, you've lost your job." And he was like, "I need to show people so everyone doesn't think I'm mad." So he had the test flight times, and he took his friends up to this spot. And back then, before he'd released all this stuff, you could get a lot closer around Area 51 and stuff. It was only after that he'd come out with a lot of this stuff that they put so much. That's why when you go there now, you can't even get close to it. And this is just something completely off topic, but I remember when we was my friend used to work for British Airways, and sometimes he would go into the cockpit when they come into like land, and we was going to Vegas, and George was allowed to go into the cockpit and see the landing. They just do it sometimes, show people all the lights and shit. And as they were coming across the desert, they get a call saying, "Get like fucking move the plane now. You're coming across like an area you shouldn't be in." And all the pilots were like, "What the fuck? Where's this coming from? Like, it's not something that it's not coming from like their space station. It's just like a thing coming through saying that you're in an area you shouldn't be. You need to get out of it right now." And I was on the plane at the time.
Oh my God! Really?
I went to Vegas with my friend George, and he had to move the plane and land it in like come out of that fly zone. And then George was like after, he's like, "Fucking hell, mate, that was mental." He's like,
"Mate, there's some shit going down."
But that's what I'm saying. What, like
100%?
Like I know that for a fact. George wouldn't just fucking lie about that shit. He was like, "Mate, it was fucking some serious shit." He was like, they were like, "Look, you better get the plane out of it. Like, can't be here." And it's like, what the fuck are you hiding? Like, what is there?
Without a doubt.
It's interesting you say about the different shapes and stuff, because it's almost like you think, say for argument's sake, like these craft were like observers from somewhere, and they were sending them from a planet or whatever to come observe, and then maybe like, I don't know, they come, maybe they can't use that energy to get back, and they're kind of here, and along the period of time, all these sightings and stuff, the government have gone out and found these different ones, and they've got them through this private company. Because it's interesting that they all kind of look different. So maybe they're just like every now and then they're just checking in, and every now and then one fucking doesn't make it back. And they send out this unit or whatever.
Well, I think we didn't have their fuel. It wasn't. It was non-existent. So maybe they were like, they've just fucking gone, right, you better crash the ships.
They just put it down somewhere, and then like, fucking this unit, and maybe they're coming back with others, just finding out where they are. Where's their fucking old observed?
Or maybe they're not. Maybe the sightings are the military or these private companies trying to reverse engineering and test them. And that's what we're seeing. Because they said, like, if you go to Vegas and the people who live around it say we see them all the fucking time. That's why they believe in aliens so much. And I don't think it's aliens. I think it's just the military site that is flying them around.
But initially, do you think they must have come from...
that's what I mean. They must have. They must have come from somewhere.
Think about. I know, obviously, aliens could be far more advanced than us, blah, blah, blah. But think about what we're doing. We're sending out probes. So the UFOs could be unmanned probes.
Unmanned probes, just observing information.
Maybe they are one-way trips. So, observe for a bit, ditch it, and then we'll, do whatever.
And like
they did have seats in, though.
Oh, well, there we go.
Each one had 3 seats in, and they were only made for...
it wasn't very small.
Half the size of a human. So me and Dan would be fucking. We could fly one easy.
There was also I've mentioned on the podcast before, but it fits so perfectly here. That Canadian head of Canadian Air Force, on his deathbed, was like, the US government are in contact frequently with 3 separate alien races.
That's interesting. Dead. I wonder
is that like we said, like we joked before, is that him just giving a middle finger and think about this, see you later, or is it like, fuck it, I'm dead anyway, I'm gonna stitch you up?
It's interesting.
And we'll never know.
I wonder, these other craft, because obviously he said about that one, but I wonder if the other ones had seats. Like you say, some of them might not have.
Well, this is what he was like. If they just let the scientists all get in on the action and they could sit there and discuss and talk about different stuff, but he's like, because you're assigned to one thing, he's like, this, there might be technology and something else which will help him
in this,
with that thing. Because he said he'd been into one of the spaceships and looked, and he said the whole thing was like one color. It was all like like a dark granite or whatever, and it was like.
What a thing that flashed into my head then is like, obviously with America, they people come out and they talk about this stuff, and like you think, say like Russia. Imagine this is going on in Russia, and like there's some scientists in there. They ain't going to talk because the KGB will just come and kill them.
Yeah,
but they could have, have really advanced stuff.
Yeah, another really weird thing is like, another thing that you'd been talking about was about the scientists. They had some scientists from like from Russia and from Germany and shit that were working in that vicinity at the time, and then apparently they found there was something which happened, which I can't think of the word, that they discovered, and they were like, right, these fuckers need to be out of here now. We're only having American. Because they were like, this is whatever they discovered on that ship at that point. They were like, this can't get out to other countries. Because they're looking into it because they want it for their own. Of course. Their own military or whatever.
There was also evidence, just pulling it back to World War II, the Nazi Bell, which was the most UFO looking space aircraft you can fucking imagine. Literally, the dish with a bit on top, and they were manufacturing them. They were so close. It was only because the Nazis' resources ran out towards the end of the war that they weren't like put out. But they were so close to manufacturing these UFO-looking aircraft that it is theorized that, combined with German engineering, which has always been leaps and bounds above everyone else. If there's one thing a German can do is fucking engineer. Thus, Operation Paper.
A Mercedes UFO is going to be the bollocks. The AMG version.
With an American flag on it.
Thus Operation Paperclip and stuff like that. But so that they probably, just like the Americans, just like the Russians, Hitler was sending teams all over the world to recover all sorts of artifacts, both religious and probably scientific. They probably did stumble across these things. And Operation Paperclip itself has probably had a massive input into like S4 and things like this.
That's what I mean, because all this shit was just, it used to just be spoke about as no one knew whether it was facts or whether people are just making it up. And then it actually... because after a certain period of time, they have to give like give it out.
Declassify,
and then it comes out and it's like, fucking Bob Lazar was actually talking some.
It's crazy.
Yeah, like why wasn't
the thing without that footage of that F-18 footage, I wouldn't believe anything, any stories people saying. So I would be like bullshit because where's the evidence? But after seeing it. Well, that's fucking something.
You only need a little push. It's like a domino effect, isn't it?
It's
but he was saying he was said fucking 40 years ago.
I know. Yeah.
He said it was moving like that, tic-tacking. It was. You couldn't. It was nothing.
Yeah, he was. I think it was like you could change direction on a dime.
Yeah. And as well, where there's something no resistance, so it could go from air to water at the same speed, and not have the resistance of the water, which is insane.
Yeah. And he said when you went under it, you couldn't see it. You couldn't see it from above because something to do with apparently when you can change gravity, you can change the
warp.
The warp of the light and stuff. And he was like, it's just crazy.
I just say, if they rock up, I hope they've got good intentions, man. Because if not, we're so fucked.
I think they have, because they've been here, haven't they? For
and also
so
we
long.
always look at. You can't help but look at anything from a human perspective, and humans are so war and violence-driven. We're such a violent species, so we kind of just assume, of course, they're going to come here and enslave us and destroy the planet.
Because we've done it.
But why?
I just want to see...
maybe the reason they've got so fucking far is because they weren't killing each other. They were just progressing together. You know?
Maybe they'll just bring it out on like an Amazon Prime. It will just be Jeremy Clarkson, Richard Hammond and James May. They all line up in one of the spaceships. Let's do a drag race.
This is the fastest tic-tac in the world.
We're gonna race a flying saucer with a jet plane.
Rich Hammond still crashes.
Rich Hammond.
Hammond stalled it.
That's all.
Luckily, he's got gravitational pull.
If that come down, if we found all them and it was all out, we'd turn it into memes and fucking TV shows.
Fucking hell.
And that'd be it.
Yeah. Oh, Twitter would have a fucking field day, man. They really would.
Love every minute of it.
Yeah, I'm telling, like I said earlier, 2021, watch this space. Something's coming, 100%. Whether it be us or them.
What space?
Watch this space, not this.
Watch space.
I'm getting a telescope.
Oh, dude.
From Argos.
Brilliant.
From Argos.
Oh, man. But yeah, no, I love a good alien chat. I almost feel like I don't want to do mine. Because that was fucking
There
epic.
is a segue.
There's a segue into Britney Spears.
Isn't there a video where she's like on Mars? There is a video.
Oh yeah, one of her songs.
She was using a Nokia.
There is a video where she's on Mars.
She does a song, in a song in a plane, don't she?
Toxic.
I mean, you all knew that a bit too quick for my liking.
That's a banger.
There you go.
NASA she's a NASA enthusiast.
Exactly.
Fucking epic.
That's what they're here for.
She looked good there.
They're looking for Britney.
Give me Britney.
Britney's back.
For fuck's sake.
She must have been sweating in that outfit.
Should we chat about Britney and why we need to free her? All right, let's free Britney.
Hashtag.
Give me a second, I need to get my phone. So, the Free Britney Spears conspiracy. It's layered. There's a lot to it. There's a lot of weight to it. Is it legit or is it just a big publicity stunt? I'm not entirely convinced, but we're going to go through it anyway. So, for those of you that don't know what this is all about, basically, Britney Spears, since her famous meltdown in 2007, 2008, when she shaved her hair off, had a manic episode. Her father got conservatorship of her whole life. So a conservatorship is basically if an adult is thought to not be able to take care of themselves and their finances, it will be legally left to someone else to do that for them. So her father has taken that and has had it for 12 years. To put some context, Britney Spears is 38 years old. She cannot buy anything. She cannot leave her house. She cannot make any decisions like a gig that she's going to play, any songs to record. She cannot make an independent decision without her father's permission at 38 years old. Now, a lot of people, her fans, think that the father is just not relinquishing this control because he wants control of all of her assets, all of her money. Britney is fed into this massively on social media and stuff. For example, it could be a coincidence, but I don't think it would be. There was one occasion where a fan on an Instagram post said, look, Britney, if you're being held against your will and you want out of your conservatorship, etc., in your next video, wear a yellow dress. Lo and behold, the next video, she was wearing a yellow dress. And she has battled legally to get her father taken off of the conservatorship, but it just doesn't land. It always falls through. And just in the last couple of weeks, I believe, this conservatorship has been extended again for a number of years.
Really?
Her family always claim in posts and things, like her sister, for example, put a long post about, look, from the outside looking in, you don't see what it's actually like. You don't understand how she is mentally. We're only doing this, for our own benefit, and we only have good intentions, etc., etc., etc. and the conservatorship has shifted ever so slightly because as of posting that post, her sister became the sole proprietor of her finances. Really? So you think, it obviously, naturally you'd ask questions like, is the sister just looking out for Britney, or is she defending the conservatorship because she has just landed all of Britney's money?
Yeah.
But there's a lot to it. But the thing is, like, she had this breakdown in 2007, may have even been the beginning of 2008. But then in 2008, later on, she came back with a hit album, Circus. She's since gone on world tours. She's since done a year stint living in Vegas, where you perform basically every night. So she has the ability to do all of these things, and yet the family are insistent that she can't even go out to the shop and buy some milk for herself.
Yeah, you'd be like, you'd just be like, look, if they were like saying, look, we don't want her to perform or anything, we just want our daughter to be a normal person.
Yeah,
and you'd be like, fair play. Yeah, but if you're like, we need to be control of all of her stuff, but then also just whip out to Vegas for a year and get us some money, it does sound a bit.
100%.
It needs to be one way or the other, doesn't it?
It's got to a point where Britney now, until her father, because she's kind of, and this is obviously all speculation, I don't know this for a fact, but the gist I get is she's almost defeated by this conservatorship, but she wants her father off of the top. She wants to employ a legal counsel so that she can actually have some form of verbal input, but her father is vehement against it because they would be on an even pegging with him, and Britney has refused to make any more music or tour or anything until her father has relinquished the control. And apparently her and her father have not spoken, according to him, since last August. So it's a massive shit show from the outside looking in, and it's just very interesting. I think there's so many threads that you can pull here, because you could let's go with the family are looking out for her best interests, because obviously they would know her more than anyone on the outside looking inward. Perhaps they know maybe she's in a good state right now, but maybe she's a very fragile person. Maybe because she was a child star, wasn't she? So I think from like 10 onwards, she was in the limelight. We know what fame can do to people. So maybe she is just a victim of her own success, and she really isn't as stable as everyone would like to think she is. So it is for the best. Maybe it is the father that just wants control of all the assets, etc. But yeah, or if we're being very not pessimistic, but look at playing devil's advocate, is this all just a hoax for more to keep her in the limelight? Because she's Britney Spears. When was the last time she was like super A-list relevant? But the slight caveat to that is that she is refusing to perform. But maybe this is all just one big build up to a world tour.
Go on, sorry. One thing I find messed up about that, and it's generally like the system in general, is that like her dad's obviously in control of all her assets, controlling all everything, her money. So
she has to ask if she can go outside.
So now she's fighting against it. So her dad hires the best people, the best lawyers that he can get to back his corner, out of her money, to back his corner.
Unbelievable, isn't it?
So he's getting it's the best solicitors, like who are going to be top paid. They're going to make whatever, any tiny little thing she does, they're going to make a case for it. That's their job.
Yeah.
So but she hasn't got the money to fight it.
No,
because he's got it's a horrible.
The simple solution for it though is, I mean, she's clearly. I think she's probably mentally unstable.
Yeah. And
maybe, obviously there's a lot of conspiracy and stuff, maybe her dad is looking out for her, but sometimes you just got to let people be, it's not like...
Well, yeah,
I don't know, how long do you keep it up for? You try your best to help someone. You try your best to help someone, but there's a point in there where you you're just controlling their life.
Yeah.
And from his perspective,
but you know, maybe he's doing it out of love.
Yeah.
But actually, it's it's doing more damage than
It's a weird one, isn't it?
Yeah.
She's an adult. At the end of the day, she's an adult, whether she's mentally unstable or not.
Cause she's a parent as well.
But maybe she needs to.
But imagine that though. You fall out with your dad.
But that's what I'm saying.
But he controls all your money.
Yeah.
Like you're fucking. Like if you're both.
They should just let her just crack on with her money.
Yeah.
And just
they can't though.
And then if she is, mentally unstable and does what. I don't know.
Has another breakdown or whatever.
It happens, doesn't it? It's life. People fucking.
But her dad might be like just a bit of a prick. He might just think, do you know, like, I'm having the money. Like without adding an argument.
One of them pushy parents. I fucking made you.
If he's looking after her, like they haven't spoke for months. Yeah. Like how's that looking after someone interested? He's obviously not getting on.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Yeah, the dad needs to just fuck off, doesn't it, and leave her alone.
Yeah.
And just let whatever has happened, whatever, come to light.
And also, her sister's like running all her money. Like you don't know how that's like. Obviously, Britney from young has been like the one in all the limelight, getting all the fame, and now she's like giving all her money. She might be, I'm looking after it, but she's like, shit, I've got fucking millions of pounds to.
She's done all the graphs. And I'm just gonna fucking take.
You don't know. They need to, and she's in a hard spot really, because how is she gonna fight it?
Yeah, no, exactly.
I think the problem is, obviously, initially, she's agreed to it at some level.
I don't think she had a choice because of the breakdown when she was shaving her hair and all that sort of shit. And apparently, when she's had these manic episodes before, she goes on ludicrous spending sprees. So that's how they got the finances involved.
Yeah.
So like, if we leave her to it, she's unstable and she's going to fuck all her money. So that's how they gain control. But 13 years later,
and also
but she's earned the right to do what she wants. She's earned the right to fucking if she goes out and does all her money, it's fucking. She does what she wants, doesn't she? Just let her crack on with it. But obviously they're like, her family think, oh, that's our money. You know what I mean? Yeah. We haven't put up with your shit your whole life, so that you can go and blow all the money.
And I guess at some point she probably had her dad in some sort of management. Looking after, and it's probably
there's definitely something going on for sure. Like she looks. I've just looked for her Instagram. She looks very unstable.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's obviously been like a family feud. It's to do with finances. They need to just fucking get on a podcast. Sort it all out.
Come on,
we'll reach out to Britney.
Yeah. Come over, Britney.
The problem is that stuff can play right into the dad's hands. It's like, look what she's fucking doing. Exactly. She's clearly unstable.
Yeah.
This is why it needs to carry on.
Yeah.
And for her, she might be like, this is my only outlet. Do you know what I mean?
Is she in control of the Instagram?
I think somehow,
Yeah. So, I mean, if he had full control, he hasn't got full control, is it? He's
unless
he has to have permission.
Just the
finances.
finances,
a lot of
I think
it is a lot of her decisions in life. Like she can't book gigs or anything like that, or agree to anything without his permission.
Yeah, if there's.
But I think if you got a mobile phone, how the fuck can you police what you put on Instagram?
But it might just be like a document, as in
she doesn't smile. She doesn't smile in any picture.
Anything financially.
Any picture on her Instagram, not one smile.
Yeah.
It kind of looks like she does look like she's looking down the lens for help. Yeah. It does look that way.
But imagine that. Imagine like you're her and you've got no access to your bank accounts.
Yeah.
You're getting like deals.
I wonder she's not smiling.
You're getting deals coming through. Can you do this? And you're like, well, I can't get the money.
Yeah.
I can't No.
That's what I mean. When does it become? If
Britney, if you're listening,
one Bitcoin.
We'll give you 200 quid to come on the podcast.
Cashing out.
Cash.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. If you were like a millionaire, they do look at Floyd Mayweather. He fucking. Yeah, if you looked at how he spends his money, you'd go, he's insane. He's mental, but he's not. He's just a fucking baller. Yeah. We'd all do it.
Gets the bank. Yeah. Spends the bank.
Give her money. Let her blow it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't say let her have all the money, but I'd definitely.
I reckon give her the lot.
Give her the bag.
See what happens.
Yeah.
And the money.
What happens.
Mr. Beast should do a video. Just give her $1 million for a day. See what she spends it on.
Fucking bang.
That would bang.
Yeah.
There you go, Mr. Beast.
Free one. We know you're watching.
Video would do all right as well.
Yeah. But so that's the Free Britney movement. It's there's many ways you can look at it, many ways you can dissect it, but I have no idea. I I can see it from all perspectives. I can see it as a publicity stunt. You know, it would make a lot of sense. But then also having someone, there's no denial. Like legally, you can see from the proof that she has no control over her own life. So there is also that. But then maybe she doesn't want, you know, because
it could be a publicity thing, couldn't it? That's I mean, if she comes out with a song called "Trapped," you're gonna listen, aren't you?
Yeah. So I think we'll just have to wait and see.
That would bang, wouldn't it? You've been watching. You've been watching.
Oh, daddy.
Getting all the clues.
Lucky,
oh dear. But yeah, hashtag free Britney. That's hashtag free Britney. Right. The final thing in this episode today, Ben, if you could pull this up. Someone tagged me in this, and Stephen Fry tweeted it out. So this is, for the audio listeners, we'll try and describe it as best as possible, but I believe Ben has just put this on the screen on the YouTube video. This is the conspiracy pyramid. So basically it's an upside down pyramid, and down the bottom is the grounded in reality conspiracies. So basically I think these are conspiracy. They started out as conspiracies and then they turned out to be true. Yeah, so things that actually happened. It's grounded in reality. Then we have the speculation line, and in the next segment we have questions. And Free Britney is in there. They do have questions for it. Then we go up. We will go into more detail, but we go up to the next segment, which is leaving reality. Unequivocally false, but mostly harmless. Now this is obviously from the perspective of someone that just doesn't like conspiracy theories, i.e. will believe, nothing, will ask no questions, which, can I just say from the get-go, is fascinating, because in that bottom segment where they say they're grounded in reality, they were all conspiracies. MK Ultra in 2011, if you went back to 2010 and you said, MK Ultra, the CIA were brainwashing people, well, that's a conspiracy, shut the fuck up. Yeah. A year later, it's released and it's confirmed. So this is slightly contradictory, because you're saying, like, this actually happened, these are what normal people believe, and then you're instantly degrading everyone the higher that you get up. But I'm not being funny. This blue segment, the second segment, which is we have questions, in a couple of years, they could all be in the green. 100%. So yeah. Anyway, so we're leaving reality, which is unequivocally false, but mostly harmless. Then science denial, which is dangerous to yourself and others. Now, this bit is very interesting. I just want you quickly, to the audio listeners, this is going to sound like a fucking massive left turn. Ben, just Google define anti-Semitic, please. Because I need to have concrete on what. Don't worry, we're not gonna get into any. But there's one.
What podcast is this?
Wait. Okay, so
Finland doesn't exist.
Yeah,
okay,
lies.
English. But this is important. This is important. So, anti-Semitism is hostility to or prejudice against Jewish people. Okay, obviously that's fucking awful. If you're anti-Semitic, fuck off and die. Right. But in this segment, the top,
you'll go to hell.
The weirdest, I might be wrong, because obviously I haven't looked too much into flat Earth, but the fact that basically if you believe in anything above this line, apparently you're an anti-Semite, and flat Earth is in there. I don't understand the correlation between being anti-Semitic and believing the Earth is flat. And also things like celebs moisturise with children's foreskin, a reptilian overlord, Wayfair. Is the moon landing?
Moon landing faked.
Moon landing faked. Like, I don't know if they're taking the piss, but I think it's actually, I don't know, I think it's terrible that they've put that if you believe in any of these things, you're an anti-Semite. It makes no fucking sense whatsoever. Yeah. If,
they got the wrong word, didn't they?
Yeah, 100%. If it
was just about the Holocaust denial.
Denial, you're a fucking anti-Semite all day. Yeah. Of course you fucking are. But yeah, to put flat, anyway, we're getting off on a tangent.
What's soy boys?
Yeah, there's someone
this one. So I just wanted to
put in the pot noodle.
I just wanted to explain the pyramid for the audio listeners. Now we're going to go back to the bottom, and we're going to just go through a few of them, because I thought this would be fun just to have a look. Yeah. So, grounded in reality, we've got the Bohemian Club, which is a mini-series on my channel. Go check it out.
Nice.
MK Ultra, as another mini-series. FBI spied on John Lennon.
Both.
Naira testimony, I don't know what that is. Tuskegee, I believe that was the syphilis tests where they gave black men syphilis on purpose and didn't cure them just to see what syphilis did, which is fucking awful. NSA, that's the CIA again. NSA mass surveillance, which of course was Snowden uncovered that, didn't he?
Yeah.
Big Tobacco lied about cancer. COINTELPRO, no idea what that is.
I'm right at
Bitcoin.
Mate, I'm not.
If you could Google a few of these as we're going up, Ben, that'd be better. And Operation Mockingbird. But I reiterate, these things actually happened. But a lot of the things above could later be proved to have happened. Okay, so it was a series of covert and illegal projects conducted by the United States Federal, so the FBI, aimed at surveilling, infiltrating, and discrediting and disrupting domestic American political organizations. So that is COINTELPRO. This was in the 50s, so apparently they went around disrupting politics. But yeah, that I think that's the main thing to take from that bottom bit is, these things actually happened, but they were once conspiracy theories. And that's the thing about. Don't get me wrong, some conspiracies are complete illogical bollocks, right? But conspiracy theorists as a whole just get laughed at and discredited off the bat. And like Alex Jones, for example, I've watched all of his Joe Rogan interviews and it made me go, his latest one made me go back to the first one, because if you try and slow down Alex Jones and actually listen to what he's saying, it sounds like maniacal bollocks. But if you break it down, this is what Joe did in his third interview. He was like, you've been telling me things for years, which at the time of hearing them sounded like bullshit. But now years later, some of the things that you were maniacally ranting about have actually come out as real.
Who's that other geezer who does them in the UK? He's got he used to be on TV and then they made him out to be mental, but he weren't. Used to be
David Icke.
David Icke, mate. Some of the stuff he said back in the day is so on point. Some like I say, it's when they start leading it down to Satanism at the end. Yeah, I think that's where they lose.
Yeah, I mean,
it's they don't know where to
draw the line.
They don't know where to draw the line where it ends. They're doing that for that. They always have to add on that extra. And it's it's because of the devil, and it's that's where people are like,
exactly, and like things like things like if you're trying to tell me that the moon land was fake, I'll listen to you. But then if you want to try and convince me that a mass shooting was faked, that's where I switch off and think you're a fucking arsehole. It's so like I say, there are lines, there are levels to this, which is of course, what this pyramid is apparently all about. But yeah, so if we go into the speculation line, which is where we have questions, we've got some crackers in here. One of which I think should be in green, which is grounded in reality, which is Epstein didn't kill himself. Come on now, behave yourselves. Epstein did not kill himself.
If you look at Epstein as well, if sort of 5 years ago someone would have told you about that, there's a billionaire, he's got an island, the president goes
David Icke. He was calling that shit out.
So when people were saying about that, everyone's like, nah, this sounds like a conspiracy. You think a private plane going there, putting girls out, of course, but that's what, and then it's all true.
Yeah. It's mad. It is fucking insane. And of course, the people that Epstein had shit on to not get himself out of trouble, but maybe dampen he could have maybe strung a deal where he'd get a cell to himself and never have to interact with anyone else and blah blah blah. All you got to do is give up Clinton. Then and all of a sudden, the guy's dead the night before. Very convenient. 6 foot guy hung himself on a bunk bed. Pretty sure I'd struggle to do that when I was 9 on my bunk bed.
On suicide watch.
Yeah, exactly. Well. Yeah. It's all fucked. It's all fucked. UFOs are in there.
They're going to be
in the green. Free Britney. She's in there.
We've covered that.
Interestingly, I was totting up between these two conspiracies, so I know a little bit on the Denver International Airport.
What's that
Denver International Airport.
Is that the UFO? Is that the...
Nah, this is Illuminati. Apparently it's the hub for the Illuminati. Some think it's the doorway to hell itself. And what is great about Denver International Airport is at first they were like, oh, shut up. But as the rumours and stuff kept going, they now feed into it.
Lean into it.
So they have like all symbolism on the walls. They have gargoyles. Nice. They have this interactive gargoyle that automate, like, it comes to life and stuff when you get off the plane. And he says, "Welcome to the Illuminati I mean, International Denver Airport, blah, blah, blah. And
that's the thing.
Like
you never know whether they're
Yeah.
being smart and playing into it, or whether they're
This
just
is
like, whether it's so obvious, they're like, let's just fucking
hide in
put it
plain
out there.
sight.
Hide in
That's
plain
exactly
sight.
what the conspiracy
I'd
said.
love to go there.
Yeah, Denver International
cool.
Airport.
That
yeah,
would
yeah.
be fucking cool.
And the gargoyle's like, I was created in the bunkers. You should see what they're doing in the bunkers of this airport. Ha ha ha.
Really?
Yeah.
And like
So
the
they're probably
thing is,
leaning
there
into
it's not like you wouldn't fuck around in an American airport, would you?
Yeah, no,
Like,
no, of course not.
That's the best place to put some shit like that.
Yeah,
would be.
yeah.
all the guns. It's fucking
You just,
scary,
I mean,
innit?
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's scary just going through like
Customs.
customs normally.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Imagine if you were like, right, I need to do a bit of research on this place.
Yeah.
It'd be...
Remember when
America's
we
just
we
scary
landed,
anyway.
Oh, we should go there, man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, 100% flying.
We
to
we
Denver.
landed in what airport was it? And there's just
Texas,
been
wasn't it?
there's been a bomb attack in
London.
In London. So but we didn't know because we were on the plane.
Yeah.
As we got off the plane, mate, fucking they were all there with their guns,
Yeah,
like checking us. We were like,
I was like, fuck me, Texas is
Yeah.
the shit. Right?
Yeah.
Because we didn't know that something had happened in
Yeah.
London. So they were like, fucking,
yeah,
it was
they were like,
I
we had
was
to go
like,
through like
shit.
being
That's
questioned and stuff. It
insane.
I
was
thought, I
like-
want to get back on the plane, go home.
Yeah,
Fuck
I was
them.
like,
Yeah.
And then it's all over the news. And it's
Yeah.
like London, and we're like, we've just come from London.
Oh
Fuck.
my God,
Yeah.
man. It's like when we flew into LAX, obviously I knew America liked their guns, but when I realised that basically every other member of staff is packing
Yeah.
something, I was like, fuck
Well, in Texas,
me, man.
every fucking person,
Yeah.
like, do you know what I mean? Everyone's just fucking packing a
Mad.
strap.
The
Fuck,
janitor.
mad. You can't
Yeah.
imagine. Can't imagine.
Did like Texas.
Yeah, I
Caretakers.
did like Texas.
Denver,
Yeah.
mate. Trip to
Yeah.
Denver.
Yeah,
Yeah.
getting the international airport, that'd be fucking great, wouldn't it? Right, so what else we got? Marilyn Monroe. She was all linked to the aliens and that. Did you know that? Because she was having an affair with both Kennedy brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they both took her to, or one of them took her to one of the like S4, one
Done
of the
her in a
bases,
UFO.
showed her some shit on like a date type thing,
Yeah.
and then next thing you know, she was fucking bumped off.
Fucking
Probably for
hell.
knowing too much. Yeah, JFK assassination, Area 51. My personal belief of Area 51, I think we discussed on the podcast before. I think it's a red herring for places like S4. So it's like, Area 51, that's where the
Yeah.
aliens are. It's just a normal
Yeah,
air base,
yeah.
and actually
Makes
the aliens
sense.
are in a different one.
Or is it like the fucking...
Or double bluff.
Is it like, double bluff?
Or
That's where they're
triple
keeping
bluff.
the shit down.
yeah.
Is it triple bluff?
Yeah. Oh my god.
Everyone's
So
going
is
to
that there?
S4 now, and it's like
Yeah.
Area 51.
Storm S4.
Yeah.
Or maybe they're connected through it. It's a
No, it's
It's
all,
probably
the whole, so
tunnel.
basically
Yeah.
the whole desert is just
Gosh.
fucking...
Tunnels.
Yeah, it's all good.
Fucking hell, man. Yeah, Roswell, UFOs.
Just wanna get in there and have a
Princess
look around.
Diana. Princess Diana. Right, into the next segment. We're now leaving reality, and apparently it's unequivocally false, but mostly harmless. So basically, it's bullshit, but you're not harming anyone by believing it. Elvis is still alive. Prince Charles is a vampire. Avril Lavigne was replaced. The Beatles never existed. Crop circles right now. I know I said this before on the pod, right? But my nan, when she was growing up, there was crop circles, and the fucking government rocked up to take soil samples. So you can put that right in green, you fucking cunts. Do you understand me?
mattress
All right.
firm.
Glad we're on the same.
it's-
Greta Thunberg is a time traveler. Now, I tell you what. I'll tell you what it pissed me off about this segment, right? Cryptids.
I knew you were going to
James.
say it.
Pets at home.
I had a dream last night that I was back working at Pets at Home. And I had a dream that I was back working at Pets at Home, and it was actually a trap. They re-employed me just so they could tell me off for leaving
having a
before.
go.
Yeah.
Oh.
But anyway, the thing that annoys me in here, right? Cryptids.
So much effort.
Then they've got Loch Ness Monster and Bigfoot separately. Don't want to burst your bubble.
Yeah.
They are cryptids.
Yeah.
But anyway, mattress firm. Do you know about that one?
No.
Fascinating. Right, so in America, there are places like towns and that where, say you drive down a road, you've got, say, Smith's Mattress Firm, right?
Yeah.
You turn right down the next road, Smith's Mattress Firm. You go down the road, turn left, Smith's Mattress Firm. You go like a half a mile down the road, Smith's So basically, the conspiracy is it's all the same mattress firm. They're
Yeah.
just money laundering. Because why the fuck would you have so many? And there's a YouTuber, I might have even been.
Is it
changed.
just Smith's mattress?
I don't. I made that name up, but
Oh.
it is. No, that's what I mean.
Is it just a mattress
It's
firm?
one company, I believe.
Okay.
And
There's
got loads-
one in
there's just
Bournemouth,
fucking
right?
Loads
And
of
this
them.
is mad, right? They're called
Smiths.
they're called Chaos Mattresses. Now, who
Nice.
goes to a place to buy a mattress called KAOS, Chaos Mattresses. I was like, you don't buy a mattress.
Nah. You
I'll
buy
tell you what,
you
and
buy,
there's
you
loads
buy
of
a
them.
Chaos
Mate,
skateboard. Not
That's what I'm
Chaos,
saying, yeah. I was like, Chaos You don't go...
As a money...
I suppose now, I probably would go to Chaos Mattresses.
Or check that shit out.
Yeah.
As a money laundering operation, and that's fucking very clever. You got this big object, you put all your money in, your cash. Like no one's gonna question it. You got two guys go. Do you know what I mean? Like, because you always think of these drug lords with all these big bags of money.
Yeah,
mate. If I was money laundering, fucking put it in a mattress.
They're
they're fairly cheap. You can buy them from China.
Yeah.
We had a little office, and there was a guy who used to sell mattresses. Like, used to order.
Did he?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Did he?
Yeah.
Had all
I'll tell you what.
I thought you could say he started money laundering.
This is.
I reckon Chaos. They must be up to it.
He had a nice
I reckon
car.
they're like fucking
allegedly.
proper.
Yeah. I was going to say I'm not going to go into slander territory. So this is all my own opinion. Allegedly, possibly, maybe. I'm not saying that this is real at all. I'm just saying it's an observation, and this is a potential answer that I've come up with in my head. Okay, so no one can sue. All right, I'm not saying this is fact.
That's like me with Chaos Mattresses.
Ironically, I feel like the most likely companies to be used to launder money are laundrettes. Because if you go into London, every fucking road has like 4 laundrettes. It's like, why the fuck? How the fuck do you need so many laundrettes? They're fucking everywhere, man. And it's like, when you see that volume of the same product so close together, it's like, come on, what are you actually, how many fancy shirts are you actually washing? Do you know what I mean? Or are you washing money?
Randomly, my dad got chatting to a guy.
To a laundrette?
To a laundrette owner.
Oh, no.
And he was just chatting to him about business and stuff. And he's only got it's not far from here. He's got a little shop. He goes in, collects his money.
Turns over 20 mil a month.
No,
It kills it.
That's about $4,000 a month.
Really?
I'm not. Because that information shouldn't be out there. He's probably to the tax man he's doing about 800 quid.
Because it's all it's all cash. Because it's all coin.
But,
so it's all cash.
Yeah.
It's one around here somewhere.
Yeah.
It's like people who run
somewhere in the Midlands.
Make some good
It's
coin.
like people who run like amusements and shit like that. They kill it because they're not going fucking putting all the 10
Oh,
beats.
mate, fucking hand car wash.
Can we that mattress film? I like that. Can we do one of your little mini episodes?
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
I think that'd be a good one. And we'll do
mattress merch out there.
Mattress merch.
Yeah.
Some little notes popping out the side.
Yeah, but, oh my god,
That'd be cool, wouldn't it?
that'd be sick. Right, okay. So aliens built Stonehenge.
Sleep on a bed of dreams.
Alien abductions. Unequivocally false. How fucking arrogant is the cunt that made... Sorry, this is pissing me off now. How arrogant is the fucker that made this pyramid? Unequivocally false.
Yeah.
Fuck off, you prick.
I don't even know what unequivocally means.
He's basically saying there is no way that this could be real. No way. Unequivocally, no one has ever been abducted. Unequivocally, aliens did not build in a way that leaves no doubt. No doubt, you arront.
The wrong word. Again, this guy is picking a few of the wrong words.
Google the fucking words you're using, you swat.
He's winding Jordan up.
The Loch Ness is a cryptid, you fucking idiot.
Exactly, so's Bigfoot.
Chemtrails, dangerous to yourself and others.
Yeah, so we're into the next one now. So this is science denial. We've got jet fuel doesn't melt steel beams. Global warming is a hoax. I must admit, if you think global warming is a hoax, you do need to take a long, hard look at yourself. Oh my God!
We were saying that before.
Finland doesn't exist.
Yeah. This is the exception to the pyramid. I feel whoever did this just ain't got the facts.
Yeah. That's it. I ain't looked into it. Right? No, but Lozzy, do you believe that Finland doesn't exist? Yeah.
Yeah.
You are, according to this pyramid, dangerous to yourself and others.
That's probably accurate.
I did think that.
How? Sorry. You think that Finland is actually a shipping lane for Japan and Russia for fish? How in the fuck does that make you dangerous to yourself and others?
I don't know.
Text someone from Japan and see if they text you back. That's all I'm saying. It don't happen.
Follow the fish.
This is actually
Follow the fish.
This has actually tied this all in beautifully. Soy boys. Can you just Google what a soy boy is, please? Essential oils cure all illnesses. Dinosaurs don't exist. COVID-19 was made in a lab.
There's a few people who do believe that essential
possibility.
oils thing. I've seen
Really?
and they
What is it?
essential oils. They sell them like
Rub a
expensive,
bit of
and
hibiscus
so
to cure
it
cancer.
cures everything. They're getting a lot of trouble for it as well. They have to be really careful now.
Now, what? Right, so a soy boy is slang used to describe males who completely and utterly lack all necessary masculine qualities. This pathetic state is usually achieved by an overindulgence of emasculating products and/or ideologies.
That's the definition of it on Urban Dictionaries, though.
I don't understand how that's a conspiracy.
It's probably got nothing to do with that, conspiracy-wise.
A soy boy
conspiracy.
A soy boy is a pejorative term often used in the online communities to describe men lacking masculine.
What's the conspiracy?
Yeah. The soy boy conspiracy theory. It combines misogyny and a warped world of pseudoscience. This is why all alt-right believes the soybeans are part of the left-wing plot against manhood. Oh, is this all about like the feminization of men? Oh, fuck that. Fuck that thread. Right, let's get out of there. Jesus Christ.
Let's fucking do a Ewing. Yeah. Pull the fucking Ewing.
Get out. Get in. Abort.
Handbrake turn into a ditch.
Oh dear. There's chemtrails, government-made diseases, anti-vaxxers, all that good jazz. Right, the anti-Semitic point of no return. A world ruled by supreme shadow elites. Once you believe one, you usually believe most. Get help. Okay, right, so QAnon, Deep State, Elders of Zion, celebs moisturised with children's foreskin, Flat Earth, Reptilian Overlord, Wayfair, Holocaust denial, Bill Gates microchipping, New World Order, white genocide, George Soros, Follow the White Rabbit, Illuminati, pretty sure that's the same as the New World Order, Sandy Hook fake, cultural Marxism, satanic cult panic, adrenochrome, Obama birth certificate is fake, Pizzagate, Mars slave colony, Antifa international starting wildfires, Hollow Earth, Nazis on the moon, moon landing faked, subliminal messages from ruling class on children's TV. Pretty sure that subliminal messages thing did happen in the 70s. And these are apparently the most detached from reality. I mean, obviously, this is all subjective by the person that's made it. There are some on there that I completely agree. You are detached from reality. Some, I think, are fun to have a little stab at, like the Hollow Earth or Reptilian Overlords is always a good laugh in it. I mean, we do literally have a Queen Elizabeth shirt. Go and check that out. Allegedly, possibly, maybe.co.uk. Lovely. But yeah, are there any
high quality, low prices?
That's it. That's what we do.
Follow the White Rabbit. What's that one?
Yeah, I'm not sure. That's like a Matrix thing, isn't it? I swear Trinity was the White Rabbit, wasn't it?
So
is that
Mars slave colony? That because obviously I was looking into the old Joe Rogan, Bob Lazar thing earlier, and he said he didn't say that the Earth was a slave colony, but he kind of put that take on that. Imagine if we were just put here for like research purposes, and just to work our asses off building technology for aliens just to come in, take it out,
technology, because
that's all we do.
Yeah,
we don't do fuck all. All we want to do is build new technology.
Yeah.
So we are like the perfect workers.
It's almost like ingrained into your mind.
Because we're always working.
Progress.
Everyone on Earth is working their nuts off, aren't they? All the time, just constantly trying to work. Like, imagine if aliens set that up. Imagine we were just proper lazy and lived on another planet where, and aliens are like, right.
I'm happy with like a bit of rock and a fucking like.
Yeah, they're just like
describe something.
We're happy. Like we've got up to this point. We're happy with it. We're all happy.
It don't make sense actually. We should have technology now to kick back.
Yeah.
Like we've built stuff that makes a lot of stuff, and it's like we should be at a point where but we just don't. It's not in us, is it? We always strive for more.
Because we are a fucking human slave colony. For the aliens.
It makes sense.
For the aliens.
Also, there's also maybe a tangent on that, which I just thought of. Maybe we're put here by ourselves, by humans, and maybe so maybe humans are older than we think, and they're technologically advanced, and this, we're always striving for for a planet that could house human life. Maybe we already found it and we planted us here. We could, like you say, be used to progress, or maybe this is all hypothetical. The humans that are millennia old that have the technology to colonize different planets, perhaps they looked at their own history, where, for example, you can turn right or you can turn left down different technological advances. Like Nikola Tesla could have, maybe we would have all had free energy and all that good stuff. Maybe we are, without knowing it, being guided. being guided. So where they turn right, we were forced to turn left. We're sort of like a test pool to see what would have happened.
Yeah.
It's like the simulation theory.
A live stream.
Parallel.
It's like, look, right, you think you got it bad. This is how bad it could have been.
Yeah, exactly. We are the shit show.
Yeah.
Like that, they had all the unlimited energy and everything and cured world hunger and all that sort of shit. And we have all these dickheads in charge that are just, stopping all of this progress. The guy that fucking made a car fully function on water can't have that because we need people to buy petrol.
Maybe there's like, millions of planets where aliens have just popped us on there.
Yeah.
And they just come in and have a look at what we're doing, see what the others are doing.
You think, right?
It's in Prometheus.
Prometheus,
where that alien race comes to Earth, he drinks that shit and it breaks him all down. He goes into the river and then, the microbes and that start mixing. Yeah. And then here we are.
And there's that one it's called The Titan, about on Saturn's moon. Where that's another good one. But you think, say if we find a planet in the future that we could put microbes on to start life, and we probably can't get there because it'd be so far away, but we can send some of it to send microbes, a tiny little thing.
Elon's going to do it, isn't
he? Do you reckon we will? Do you reckon we will put microbes on another planet just to?
I think yes.
Is that
yes
ethical?
Is the answer to that. No, I think so. I think ethics go out the window as soon as it's off this planet.
Yeah, because there's no.
Just like we were saying with an alien invasion, ethics go out the window.
Because if you did do that,
don't drop a nuke on China, but drop a nuke on that fucker that's just outside our atmosphere.
If you throw some little microbes into a planet and then you've got the ability to observe them over, we've still got a few billion years left on here.
You just would do it, wouldn't you?
You're probably going to do it just to see, because that could create lots of different things that will be beneficial to us as a race.
Yeah, without harming our planet.
And then, and like you say, and then just observe it. And like you say, maybe that's happened. Maybe we got microbes dropped off and we're just being observed.
Yeah.
They're
like, don't use fuel because fucking.
And every now and then
warming
we get a little a little advancement from them.
Yeah, we've talked a lot about aliens, and we've also we've
talked a lot about aliens.
Heavy breathing.
Fly me to the moon.
And this glorious conspiracy pyramid. We've hit a lot of pyramids. We've hit a lot of conspiracies. What an episode, chaps. I think it's coming up to fucking 2 hours, which is a good length as well. Are we happy to leave it there?
Follow the fish.
Follow the fish. We'll see you next week. I'll be out there. Lozzy, possibly maybe.co.uk.
Get your merch.
That's it.